Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Sorry I haven't been doing so much on here recently. I'm just really busy and I like getting out and about and doing events and lots of stand-up mediumship as well. For anyone who's new to me, I'm based in the UK in Plymouth, and I work full-time as a medium, and I do video calls and private readings. So if you're interested in those, you can follow me on Facebook at Deborah Finch Psychic Medium. Okay, and message me to book one and join in with what I've got going on. Okay, so there's been a few things in the media that I've been really interested in and that I just haven't had time to look at. And one of those things is about P. Diddy. Okay, we know he's a monster, but how much of a monster is he? Okay, and what's going to happen to him going forward? Okay, so I have decided to have a look at this, and I am using this one, which is True Crime Oracle Decks, because obviously he is resulted in committing crimes, or suspected, shall we say, because he has to be proven in a court of law yet. And so I'm using those, and I'm using some American Oracle cards to just clarify, okay? And I just want to talk a little bit about what I'm getting on the situation. Okay, I feel that he will be on suicide watch. I'm not sure if this is in yet though. I do think, you know, he is sort of being kept an eye on to a certain point, but I feel more towards April of next year. That's when I really want to keep an eye on him a little bit more. Obviously I don't physically want to keep an eye on him, but the people that are the prison wardens, etc., and in charge of the prisons will be keeping an extra eye on him. And also he is worried that he will be assassinated. Okay, he's worried that someone's going to take him out in there. Okay, so not only does he think, or he's going to come round to the idea that suicide might be good because someone's going to perhaps do that for him or do the job for him. So what I can see is, you know, if I don't take myself out of the equation, okay, is someone going to take me out of the equation in there that I don't have control over? And I feel that this man did like having control. So therefore, he was still trying to gain control, even in the terms of his death. Okay, so I do feel that he's heard rumours or stories, okay, of people that are willing to sort of take his life in there. And I do feel like he's in just a massive sorry, not yes, but a mess. Okay, by saying yes, by the way, that means that a lot of what we're hearing is true. Okay, so he's in a big mess. He's hoping that if he just gives it some time, that things will be worked out. He's saying at the moment there are stories being made up about him. People are just causing trouble, and the whole situation is out of control. Okay. He loves traveling, and he's now stuck, and he loves moving about, and that's all gone. So that actually is really hindering him at the moment. I do feel that he's brought this all on himself. I've got the card of man-made disaster in the recent past, and then I've got the swords of justice on top of it and the scales, which means that he has no one to blame but himself for this. Okay. There is another man that I feel that was alongside him, which hasn't been brought to justice yet. Okay, so he wasn't the only one in control of this little group thing that he had going on. Okay, there was another gentleman who was also in control, because this is the master, and he will be brought to justice as well quite soon. So the sunlight is going to be streaming on him as well. So perhaps there's some work on P. Diddy at the moment by those in the powers of justice to actually spill the beans on this other person that was backing him up in a huge way. But we know that's a male. So, you know, just because he's not outside and he can't do his fun and games anymore doesn't mean that he's not looking for love inside, okay? I do think that in a few weeks, okay, that he's just a randy old toad, really, okay? I do think that you can expect good soap in the showers, okay? Or I just feel like he's going to be interested in seeing what he can get, even inside there, okay? And I feel that, you know, he's got to this heavy point in his life through greed, okay? Emotionally, we've got this greed, so we got these, you know, the want of finances, the want of always more of anything that he likes. So perhaps more drugs, perhaps more alcohol, perhaps more women, perhaps more men, perhaps more sex, okay? But there's this feeling of always wanting more with him. Then I know his outcome is to stay inside, which I know a lot of us will be pleased about, okay? And his life will come to an end, whether it's naturally, okay, because I feel like curtain call, his show business days, they're over. He's staying inside till he dies, whether that's someone taking his life, whether that's him taking his own life, or whether that is just him seeing out his time in prison. I also feel that there is a crime that he will be roped into or accused of, or being made aware that his name is being sort of dropped in it regarding a female, and this seems to be falling more next year, okay, so between 1 and 3 months, but I actually feel like it's going to fall more from January, okay, and that is about a girl. She looks a bit foreign to me, so a little bit oriental looking, okay, in some way, and there's going to be some accusing of her killing, okay, or her murder as well, implicated in something to do with this case that's going on. So whether that's someone implicated that he's been working alongside, because there is another man he's been working alongside here that's going to be caught soon, okay, or whether it is that he's been directly implicated in her death. Okay, so in the heart, I know that there is a female that he knows was killed, because this is a serial killer. So this is someone that's also killed multiple times or before. So it's not just a one-off killing. Let's see what else I can get, because this is actually really quite interesting. So his neighbourhood were aware. So all the people that lived around him in all these plush houses, because I've got the card of the neighbourhood, were aware of the drugs, okay, everything going on around this situation. They covered it up, okay? They pretended they were in the dark about all of this, even though they knew about it. The reason why they covered it up is because he brought money into the community. Perhaps he helped people out, or perhaps he paid them off, okay? But there was like the feeling of that they owed him, okay? Ooh. We got about the tunnels. I do believe that there is tunnels underneath his house, and they look very similar to that, perhaps a little bit more grander. Okay, so there's tunnels that were used for crimes of passion. Okay. And again, people knew about this, but they just pretended, out of space, they just pretended that it wasn't happening. Okay, they turned blind eyes. He gave them gifts, he bought people things to pay them off, and you know, this wasn't something, okay, and there's a lot of white powder involved in party situations regarding him. And you know, I do think that he will have acceptance towards the parties and the things that he done wrong with raping and date raping, but he will run away from the homicide, so the murder accusation. He won't want to take that on, okay, or admit that. And that will be all over social media soon. At the moment, it's not out. And, okay. I do see a family member travelling as well. And they're feeling like a family member has tried to wipe out some surveillance, so some CCTV footage, some surveillance camera footage regarding something. So whether they've asked them to, so I see a family member that's travelled, okay, to have access to some CCTV to wipe out something. That at the moment, again, is very hidden behind closed doors. It feels like a lady was strangled on the beach and buried near the beach, okay? And this is the lady that I could be, that is going to be accused of something to do with, okay? He will not be prepared to admit this one. He will not be prepared to admit it to his family. The female was trying to be a celebrity and she's seen him as like a cult figure. And she did know that he was involved with organised crimes, with groups of people all over America, not just there, and that there was a lot of money involved. And she is still deemed as missing at the moment while he's in prison, but there are people looking for her, and they do believe that he had a partner in crime and that he tried to control her previously to this passing. There is a female that was very jealous that also, so a female partner going back in time that he had, that also was very jealous of this lady that is, unfortunately, I feel been murdered, okay? And I do feel that she knows about the lady being around them. She did meet her and she did go near water with her. And her name will be brought up into it regarding her death as well, because I feel like some revenge will be used in some way. Will he regret all of this? Well, he's certainly got the devil inside him, and he's going to end up inside. He will have a partner inside. I don't know if it's male or female. He will never admit half of these crimes. He's going to become quite old and frail. He's going to be trapped inside for the rest of his life. His lies will eat him alive. There's also something to do with a child that I feel that a child was got rid of as well. There is just nothingness for him afterwards. There's a lot more to do with that he knows about or had a hand in. I'm not saying he directly done these crimes, but he certainly knows about them and had a hand in. I feel that there's possible multiple passings here or multiple deaths, okay, regarding missing people. And I do feel that there was one that got away, that may be able to spill the beans more, but there was one that ended up in a landfill. There's one that I see on the beach or around water, and there's one that I feel was in a mountain area, and there's also one that was possibly set fire to near a hotel, okay? And that is a hotel that held weddings, a bit like a Las Vegas-y type of hotel, I suppose. There was one that managed to survive that he had some sort of connection with, and she said at the time that it was an accident, like she tried to kill herself, but I don't feel it was. So please let me know what you think of this reading, okay? And like I said, please come in and get in touch with me. I do free live readings on Facebook. Very, very interesting. I really enjoyed doing that. And take good care of yourself. Goodbye.